Mailbag. That was haunting.
All right.
So we got some mail.
We do. We have a couple emails here.
If you want us to read your mail, or even if you don't want us to read it, well, make sure you tell us if you don't want us to read it. But email us at viva@scarecrow.com. Questions, comments, ask for hyper-specific recommendations, or questions you have about the store. Send us pictures of your pets. If you're like baby dressed up as a movie character, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Oh, and you got some physical mail. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got some physical mail. Let's do that.
Yeah. That I just opened.
Cody Downs that we just opened. So there's some Blu-rays and a donation to the Scarecrow project. And
yes.
And you got some.
I got some Alaska hunter stick with reindeer meat added.
Ooh. So sorry, vegetarians who are watching this.
Sorry, not sorry,
but they're very good. I mentioned that we got them that he sent some of those to us on Suspense is Killing Us, and so
he said
Emily
he came into the possession of several more and wished to pass one on to me for my enjoyment. And Cody, I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to eat it. Yeah, thank you. Love getting mail. Love getting like typed out letter mail, handwritten mail, and of course, as always, emails.
I think it was like the last mailbag. Shortly after we put out the request for people to take pictures of their dogs dressed as movie characters, we got
what we asked for, you guys.
We got one, and I'm gonna put the picture up here, but I'll turn it here. But it is Ramona. It's from Ryan. Ryan says, as requested on the last mailbag, here's a photo of my dog Ramona dressed as Freddy Krueger. As you can see, she was very stoked to play dress up. And as you can see right now, she's on the screen. She's very stoked. Anyway, thanks, Ryan. And thanks, Ramona, for dressing up like Freddy Krueger.
Thank you, Ramona.
But thanks, Ryan, for dressing Ramona up, I assume.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan, but also thanks, Ramona, for just existing.
Well, and we have another photo of a dog here, too, from our friends, the Coriels.
So that is going to be on the screen of their dog, Mona, hanging out at Scarecrow, waiting for Rich, her current favorite person, to come out from behind the counter. Please note that her tail is a blur because she was so excited. I still have yet to meet this dog.
She's very sweet.
If your dog has come into Scarecrow, or also, please bring your dog into Scarecrow, by the way.
Yeah.
We have treats. Yeah. They like walking the aisles, usually. Okay.
Let's start with Sarah's question.
Yeah. Hi, friends. First of all, we're watching your current mailbag, and it is not true that the Bay Area has no video stores. Video Room in Oakland has been open for over 38 years. We visited when we were there in 2018, and their Facebook page and website indicate they're still open to the public and renting movies to this day. Kate Hagen's supporter-generated Last Great Video Store map on Google indicates there are other video rental places in the Bay Area, too. Someone mailed in was just like, I don't think there's any video stores.
But there is. So if you're still watching, apparently, find them. Kate Hagen's video store map.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Her Video Room. Open over 38 years, which is amazing.
Hopefully that's true still.
Second, as you probably know, Mike and I are watching only beach movies, mostly sleazy. Oh, I didn't even read that part. For Friday night bad movies and junk food all summer long, and that made me wonder about some beach movies you two have enjoyed. Please interpret beach movie any way you like. No need to limit yourself to the beach blanket bingo or Jaws type. I'm really excited to see if you have any outside of the box ideas. We have some ideas.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if mine are outside of the box.
Yeah, I don't know how outside of the box mine are either, but
love that you've been watching mostly sleazy beach movies. I think there is a crossover with that in my Raunch.com project.
I talked about the Beach Girls just 2 episodes ago.
Did I?
Yeah. So.
But I do have some beach movies that are good. Romer's Pauline at the Beach and A Summer's Tale, both just meandering, walking on the beach, talking about love, life, and relationship stuff. My other pick for something kind of more fun is 2016's The Shallows. Blake Lively is a surfer. She goes to her secret spot that her mom used to take her and her sister or something, but her mom dies. There's this whole emotional backdrop to it. She goes there and it's all, no one's there. And she gets attacked by a shark, and then she has to just hang out on this coral reef, this rock thing for a while. And then she makes her way over, and she ends up having to hang around what she realizes is a dead whale, but then the shark's coming because of the blood. Wow. And it all takes place in the shallows, so she can see the shore and the coast, but she can't get there because there's a great white circling her, and it's actually really intense.
Pretty
and
cool.
She has this this seagull companion who decides to kind of just like sit with her the whole time, which is very sweet.
What was the alligator one from a couple years ago? The Aja one that was just the
Crawl?
description. Crawl. It just reminds me of that, where it's just like a very like tight, like. Like,
it's almost like a one location movie, but it's outside. I guess that would still count as a one location movie.
Yeah,
but
still counts as one location.
Yeah. I don't feel strongly about my other picks, so I'm not going to say them.
What? Oh.
I mean, I was just going to say Danny Boy's The Beach. I feel like everyone, if you ask for beach movies, you're going to be like, The Beach.
Oh, The Beach, because it's right there in the title.
Yeah. What do you have?
I mean, Y Tu Mamá También,
Yeah.
of course, which is one of my favorite movies. And
That's
also,
a sexy beach movie.
You mentioned The Shallows, because does she play a surfer in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that reminded me of Blue Crush, which I actually like a lot.
Blue Crush is cool.
Which would be, I mean, I think would be perfect for like Sarah and Mike's bad Friday night bad movies thing. Although it's a movie I think is good, but it would be perfect for that thing because it's a very corny.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's like totally like a Karate Kid, but with like a surfer girl kind of thing. It's like one of those. What
about like similar vibe, but like Lords of Dogtown?
I just rewatched all of Lost last year. I know that's a TV series, so maybe you don't have time to watch all 6 seasons of Lost or rewatch it if you watched it before and hated the ending. But I highly recommend it because it actually is really good. I liked it more this second time through than I did when I was watching it week to week when it was on. I would watch just sort of burning through it in like a couple months was like
I've never actually
very
finished
satisfying.
it,
And it's a show that's up and down, but it was like, man, they don't make TV like this anymore.
Yeah.
For better and for worse. And that reminded me just now of another great TV show that was only one season that's really good, John from Cincinnati, that's all around, I can't remember what beach, but it's a beach in California. It's around this family of surfers. David Milch's follow-up to Deadwood that then nobody liked because it wasn't swearing cowboys. It was the show, the first episode premiered immediately after the last episode of The Sopranos, and so I think a lot of people were like, annoyed that The Sopranos ended the way it did, not this guy. And then they were like, all right, we'll watch this David Milch show. And they were like, what the fuck is this existential surfer shit? This is not what we signed up for. But it's a really good show. One weird one that only really ends on a beach, it's not a spoiler, is this post-apocalypse movie I really love called Glenn and Randa, which is by the Jim McBride, the director of like The Big Easy, Great Balls of Fire and stuff. But it's like a very strange post-apocalypse allegorical kind of thing with these two kids who are sort of almost like Adam and Eve at the beginning. They find the Superman comic and he's like, we're gonna go to the Emerald City, Metropolis or whatever. And then they, as they go, they run into more and more society, and it's kind of this weird. It's almost a comedy at times, like a dark comedy. But that's not technically a beach movie, but they are like going to a beach.
Well, then it counts. That's what I say.
If you want to see a strange post-apocalypse movie that nobody really knows about.
Kevin doesn't think this movie's funny, but I think that you should watch Club Dread because I think it's funny.
Oh, I don't think it's bad. It's not very good. It's fine.
That's fine. That's okay.
I love Bill Paxton more than the next guy.
You do. That's true.
And so don't get me wrong. I can't hate a movie with Bill Paxton.
I don't love it either. It's just fun. It feels funny to defend it. It will give you a chuckle, and that's like a resort on a beach, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. There's what's the one with Robin Williams from the 80s?
That's the one I was trying
Club
to think.
Paradise?
Yeah, Club Paradise. Yeah.
Club Paradise, if you want just a kind of a not great comedy that I saw.
See, now we're getting into the good stuff. We just had to keep talking.
That I saw more times than I probably should have when I was a kid. Robin Williams and Peter O'Toole, of all people, end up owning this hotel on this beach together, and then these mean guys are going to shut it down, and then Eugene Levy and Rick Moranis are these guys who have like gigantic bags of weed. They're just like these weird stoners and shit. And, it's one of those where there's a whole cast of characters, but it does star Robin Williams in like a comedy duo team with Peter O'Toole.
Wait, they have large bags of weed, just like that Beach Girls movie that I watched?
Yeah. So, it's the same thing, but it's like these cartoonishly big.
Yeah,
and they're
like black garbage bags full.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's a theme in beach movies. And another great beach comedy from the 80s is Summer Rental with John Candy.
I don't know if
that's a deep cut either, but it is a. I mean, I don't know if it's great either, but it does end in a sailboat race. Much like One Crazy Summer, another not great 80s beach comedy.
I feel like there are a lot of like Antonioni movies that are on beaches where people are just like wandering around like lost.
I mean,
thinking about sex.
Yeah. I mean, if we're moving away from comedies.
But that's not fun. But I think we gave some good beach recommendations.
I think so.
If anyone watching has any beach movie recommendations, put them in the comments. I hope that was okay.
I hope some
we
of those
did our
cuts
best.
were, if not deep, a little bit deeper than you were hoping.
Yeah.
And One Crazy Summer is not bad.
If you're like me and you loved that when you were a kid and you didn't like Better Off Dead, when you grow up, if you're me, you'll be like, Better Off Dead is great, and then you go, man, One Crazy Summer must be awesome then still, and then it's not, it's fine.
It's not as good as Better Off
It's
Dead.
It's got the animated opening, which is amazing, and that's about it. Yeah, just saying. Money
Fuck
for
the
nothing.
man. Is this yours or my empty one?
This is mine. These are mine over here. Hey, so we got another question here from William. Hi, William. William starts, hi guys, love the show. My wife and I are big fans of the Panos Cosmatos films Beyond the Black Rainbow and Mandy. While those are substantially different movies, we greatly appreciate Cosmatos' ability to create atmospheres and moods that call to mind sci-fi and horror from the 70s and 80s while still creating something new and unique. My question is, are there films that you know of and enjoy from the 70s and 80s, or that you might mentally file next to Mandy or Beyond the Black Rainbow? We're not talking a one-to-one comparison thematically, but perhaps just a similar mood or vibe. Hopefully not too vague or open-ended question for y'all to tackle. At any rate, thanks for the show and for all you do, William and Nicole. It is a very not vague question. That's a pretty specific question.
I'm all about pairing movies by vibe anyways. Like,
full disclosure, I just saw this question like when I got here to set up for this. So, but since I've been here for an hour or so, I've been like, okay, now I got some ideas.
What I went with was like the visual atmosphere, the lights and the colors, etc. So of course I mentioned Suspiria. If for some reason you haven't seen the original Suspiria, you should do that. Then going on kind of a similar level, I guess, is Bava's Blood and Black Lace. So that is like a giallo with like a murder at a fashion house, basically, and it's really, really good. The lighting is incredible, and lots of like leafy plants and like neon and like really cool interior decor and stuff. And then I'm going for Messiah of Evil, which is a 1973 American movie. It also takes place on the coast. I don't think it's beachy though. It's a kind of like a surreal supernatural horror movie. And then more sci-fi-ish, I'm going to mention The Man Who Fell to Earth with Bowie. Then Solaris, the Tarkovsky movie, as less like technical, like sci-fi in that regard, and more like for the surreal, dreamy sci-fi side of things that I think Panos does pretty well. One of my favorite body horror movies ever, From Beyond. Stuart Gordon's
yeah, that's a good one.
goopy, hot pink mess of a movie.
That's true.
So that's what I have for you.
The one that comes to mind first is Blue Sunshine, which is like clearly an inspiration for Beyond the Black Rainbow, because it's like the bald people with, and it's actually like about LSD, which Beyond the Black Rainbow. It's like very similar to that one. It has to be an inspiration.
That's a good one too.
For that movie. And we were talking about, Rich mentioned Cronenberg, and so I was like thinking like The Brood actually, not necessarily aesthetically, but Cronenberg's The Brood like definitely has something in common with Beyond the Black Rainbow, because it's kind of like this weird psychotronic doctoring that is backfiring on the
I love
on
that
the people.
psychotronic doctor.
Right?
That's a great phrase.
Aesthetically, I mean, as far as like sort of like wacky stuff. I mean, if you haven't seen the films of Jodorowsky, El Topo and Holy Mountain, both of those would be good. And I think I mentioned Lalou's like animated movies a couple episodes, or in the mailbag. We talked about the animated movies, but again, I'll throw those on there because those are good. Like all three of his movies are great, like weird sort of sci-fi worlds, like, and they just drop you into sort of like he does in his movies.
Well, I think those are some solid options for you.
Yeah.
And if you watch any of them, let us know. If you think of any other ones, anyone out there, also let us know. If we're not restricting to the 70s and 80s, I guess, like more like modern ones that have a similar vibe, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
Like Nicholas Refn. Like
everything, obviously.
Yeah, they're more contemporaries though.
No, that's what I mean. That's why. Or Starry Eyes or anything like that.
I did read an interview with Panos Cosmatos talking about his someone was asking me about his dad's movies. His dad was
George
Cosmatos, who directed like Tombstone. But he was said that like his favorite movie of his dad's was of unknown origin, because he watched that when he was a kid and he was like, you know, my dad made this, and it's like about Peter Weller going insane trying to catch this giant rat.
I have never seen that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty great. It's like kind of a one-man show. Like he has a family, but they like go on vacation early, and he's kind of like, oh, okay, goodbye, and then he's getting driven mad by this by this giant rat. That may or may not be a giant rat in his house or whatever. So I would totally recommend Of Unknown Origin too, because he actually cited that in an interview with as his like his favorite movie by his dad. So thanks for writing in, William.
And thanks for watching the show.
I guess that's Mailbag for today.
That's Mailbag.
That's it.
Email us, viva@scarecrow.com, or you can send us real mail, like handwritten,
just send
analog
us real
shit. 5030 Roosevelt Way, Northeast, Seattle, Washington, 98105.
If you're in the area, walk some beer up to the store and hand it to us.
And then leave.
Hand it to us, though. If you hand it to any of our coworkers,
they'll drink it. Kevin, you're usually always around somewhere.
I'm mostly around.
I'm only here every other Saturday, so good luck finding me. Thanks, as always, for writing in. That was an awesome mailbag.
Yeah.
Mailbag.